Hello everyone, Megan Lynn here on another Friday. It is TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Oh my goodness. This week flew by as usual. How's everyone doing? I am coming on tonight and I gotta be honest, I am a little wound up. What am I wound up about? I am just thinking, I'm just thinking about one of my biggest pet peeves, honestly, is when people complain about the same thing in their lives over and over and over again, and they're not willing to do anything about it. Drives me absolutely up the wall. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe a friend, a relative, a neighbor, they're always complaining about how much they hate their job. They can't stand it. They can't stand their boss. They hate the hours. They hate the drive, but they still get up and go every day. Habits. Or maybe you have a friend who's in a bad relationship and all they do is go on and on and on for weeks, months, years, yet they're not doing anything to change themselves or the situation. Obviously, we can't change other people, but you can change the way you act or what you put up with or what you don't put up with. But they just keep going back to the same old thing over and over again, and you listen and they complain and nothing really changes. Or how about a really touchy subject for most people? Weight. You know, you just can't get that 20 pounds off or that 50 pounds off, but you just, keep eating those cheesesteaks. You're not going to the gym. You're not taking a walk. You're not even getting started, but you always have something to say about it. Complaining. Everyone has the right to vent once in a while, of course, but what are you doing to change what you're complaining about? That is one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't have many, but I can't stand complainers, especially when they're not doing anything about it. So I want you to pay attention in your own life. Are you a complainer? Or are you taking action on what you're complaining about? So a few examples. Trying to think. Okay. Complaining. Like, I try not to complain, and when I do, I feel like people pay attention because I never complain. I try to take action and do something to help the situation. Let's say you have a friend and they are, like I said, maybe in a bad relationship, but they're not changing anything. Or, okay, here's another good one. One of my favorite things to talk about, finance. You have maybe yourself, okay? You're not exactly in the financial position where you want to be. Everyone always wants more money, but what would more money even do if you're not handling the money you have correctly? Do you know what I mean? So we have to educate ourselves. Hello, welcome. We're talking about my biggest pet peeve, which is complaining and then not doing anything about it. So I was just saying how if, let's say, one of my favorite things to talk about, favorite things to coach about is finances. I am 100% debt-free. I own a beautiful home and it's paid for. I worked really, really hard to get there. Let me tell you, my first apartment, I moved out and I had a roommate. And, it was a basic little apartment, nothing special. And then they ended up moving out of state and I didn't want to move home. So I asked to live in a friend's house and she goes, honestly, I don't even have any room for you. I said, please, I don't care. I will just live in your basement. She's like, Megan, it's unfinished. I used to live, and if anybody knows me, like, I'm such a princess. I'm so bougie. Yes, I chose to live in an unfinished basement. I put sheets on the walls. I redid a little bathroom by myself by reading books and going to Home Depot and talking to everyone who would listen, and it was not great, but it was $200 a month. I talked her into letting me stay in her basement, and I did that for, I think, a year and a half while I was going to school and had 2 jobs. And I was getting hardly any sleep. And everybody knows a tired Megan is not a happy Megan. But I was powering through and I wasn't complaining about it. I was too tired. I was too busy to complain. So what was I doing while, I'm paying $200 a month. I was saving every penny I could. I was shopping at the thrift store, not because I had to, but because I wanted to, because it was more important to me to save for starting a business or buying a house or traveling, things that really mattered to me. That was a priority over having some grandiose townhouse when I was really young. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's a priority to you, nothing wrong with it. But what I'm saying is I had discipline. I was working 2 jobs. I was getting hardly any sleep. I was shopping below my means because I had other priorities. There was no time for complaining. I was working overtime to get to a goal. And so this is what drives me crazy when people, they want to complain about things, but they're not doing anything about it. So when people say, oh, well, she's lucky. Oh, her family has money. Oh, maybe she won the lottery. Nope, not at all. I worked my butt off, nights, weekends, a day job, going to school, shopping below my means, not shopping at all for the longest time, and that was hard. You know what I mean? So I did the work. I put in the work, and I was disciplined. I worked for it. I didn't complain. I changed the way I lived my life. I changed the way I moved. I changed the way I was breathing. I changed the way I ate. I wasn't eating at expensive places, and I was trying not to eat at McDonald's. Nothing wrong with McDonald's. I love the nuggets, not gonna lie. But if health and wellness is part of your priority, you don't do those things as often or at all. It's what are your priorities and how hard are you willing to work? You can either work hard or you can work smart. If you can do both, even better. But don't sit around and complain that maybe someone else has something you want, or maybe someone else has achieved a goal that you think that is out of your reach. No, it's not. You're only seeing the fruit of their labor. When you see someone on the beach and they've got a gorgeous beach body, 9 times out of 10, they're in the gym a couple days a week. They're eating right. They're making better choices. They're disciplined. They're working for it. They're not complaining they want a better body. They're going and making it happen. Maybe they have a coach at the gym, okay? Maybe they coach themselves and go, you know what? I really want that cheeseburger, but it's not worth it. They're not complaining. They're going after what they want. And that's what you have to do as well. I'm done listening to people complain that aren't doing anything to make their lives better. You need a couple-minute vent session and you're a friend of mine, or you're a coaching client, or you're a friend or family, I'll give it to you. I am one of the most empathetic people I know. I really, really am. But I'm also really, really hard on people because I see their potential when they don't see their potential. One time I wanted to go to Cancun. I was watching, I think I've told this story before. I was watching this video, it's gonna date me, but when MTV was still around a long time ago. Anyway, I was watching, MTV Cancun Spring Break, and I was so jealous. And I was like, oh my God, for like a hot second, I was complaining in my mind, like, oh yeah, how did they get there? What the heck? Like, they're so young. Their parents probably paid. And I made up these excuses in my mind. But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, okay, if you really want to go there, you can. What's holding you back? What's holding you back, I ask. Hold on a second. I always say, so my friends hate me, love me. I always say, hand mirror, like look in the mirror when you want to know what's holding you back. Are you ready to do the work to get where you want to be? I'll wait. I don't have all day, but I'll wait for a little while. I have what I have. I've accomplished what I've accomplished because I was willing to do the work. Because I wasn't sitting on the sidelines complaining, oh my God, here we go again. Maybe once in a while. That's life. We're all human. Got to vent once in a while. But no, I did the work. I worked overtime. I picked up extra shifts. I wanted to go to Cancun. At the time, I was working in dental surgery. and I got a waitressing job. I think it was like 3 nights a week. I was tired. I was up working 5 days a week, and then I still was working 3 nights in the evening. To be honest, I've always been like that. I've always been driven. I love to work. I love to make money. I like to have a great life, and I have somewhat expensive taste, kind of, so I have to be successful. No complaining. Make it happen. Like I said, everyone on social media, you see, oh, big houses, big cars. If they're not rented, if they're not just trying to sell you something, if they really do have those things, they most likely worked for them. If they have a beach body, they're in the gym. They're making better choices. If they have a great relationship, that didn't fall from the sky. Maybe they went to counseling. Maybe they, stopped doing all the things that they used to be doing that weren't working. Again, take a look in the mirror. And if you can't see yourself, because a lot of times we can't. I'll be honest, recently I've had some people tell me a few things about myself I didn't like. Guess what? They were right. Didn't like it at all. But I want better for my life. I want a better relationship for all of my relationships. So I'm willing to grow and change instead of complaining, well, you did this and you said that. No, what did I do? What part do you play in the choices and the experiences in your life right now? Stop complaining and start working towards what you want. You want a big, beautiful house? You want a nice car? You want a rockin' beach body? Go to the gym, make better choices. Get up early, stay up late. Make better choices. And if you can't see what you're doing wrong, you're just so kind of stuck in the rut, ask someone who really knows you and who really cares about you. Everybody has that one friend who's a little too honest. Maybe they don't have the best delivery sometimes. Thank you for the hearts. Or that auntie who just tells it like it is. Or maybe it's your neighbor. Who knows? Someone who cares about you and wants the best for you, and maybe who can see things that you can't. Ask them, what do you think I could do to improve my situation? What do you think where are my blind spots is a really good question in this scenario. Maybe don't ask them for advice, but just say, where are my blind spots? And if you don't have someone like that in your life, hire a coach. Yes, I'm saying it. I'm plugging today. I am. Hire a coach. Figure out a coach. A coach is a goal guide, okay? So they can be a professional coach. Like I'm a professional abundant life coach. I absolutely love talking about finance. I love helping people get out of debt. I love helping independent contractors or self-employed individuals figure out how they can buy a house and get out of debt. I love that. And guess what? I've already achieved that. So I am an excellent candidate to show someone how to do that. And I'm going to be honest, and I've done this many times. I have several clients that I've helped either achieve this or they're working towards it right now. That is why I'm qualified, because I've already done it. That's what coaches are. They show you the way. They show you what to do, and they show you what not to do. I've been very honest with my clients. I've made some major mistakes. Now, I still got to my goal. Maybe I would have gotten to my goal much faster if I'd have had someone help me. How about sports fans? Any sports fans out there? Think about it. Sports fans are the players in these games or the Olympics. What do they all have? Coaches, people who know the industry, people who know the problems, the pitfalls, what to do, what not to do, and how to get them there faster. This is what I'm talking about today. Stop complaining. Ask a friend or family or someone who loves and cares about you, what do you think? Oh, you're great. Sorry, just saying hi, Great Bear. But ask someone, hey, what do you think I could improve on? And if you don't have someone in your life that can kick your butt, tell you the truth, show you a little hand mirror and say, hey, you know what? You need to stop complaining, get off your butt, go to the gym, Be your accountability buddy. Maybe you can help each other go to the gym together. If you don't have someone like that in your life, or you don't have someone who can be a good guide, hire a coach. Just like in sports, just like in the Olympics, what do? I'm sure those Olympians don't feel like waking up every day at 5 a.m. to practice, to put in the work and do this and still have the rest of their lives going on. You have to put in the work and stop complaining. You have to look in the mirror and recognize it's you holding you back. It's you. I've recognized that about myself. I've been a coach for a long time, but I didn't want to go online. I was too scared. I didn't know, how do I do all? No, I'm done with that. We're done now. We're done with that now. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting better, and I'm up leveling. And that's what I want to help you do. So I ask you, stop complaining. What are your priorities? What are your desires? And how can you get there? Are you going to do it on your own? Are you going to start to work towards it? Or do you need to hire a coach? Do you need to ask friends and family, what's going on? Where do you think that I can improve in my life? And but if you're going to ask those questions, ask it of someone. Or if you're going to ask someone to be your accountability buddy, they better have their stuff together. Don't ask a broke friend for financial advice. Don't ask someone who's never had a great relationship advice. You want someone who's going to guide you in the direction and get you there faster by telling you the truth about yourself, by holding you accountable, and someone who's already achieved that goal or is at least on their way. They could just be a little bit further ahead than you. That's what you need. And you need to stop complaining and do the work. Whatever the work is for your scenario, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's educating yourself, whether it's figuring out what you need to stop doing in order to get to your goal. And if it's about money, oh my gosh, my job, I hate, you know what? Keep your job right now in our current scenario. You know what I'm talking about with COVID and all the craziness going on in the world. If you want a job, if you want a second job, a third job, if you want a better job, do you know how many places are offering sign-on bonuses to people who probably don't even have any business applying for the job? They're willing to train. They're giving sign-on bonuses. They're letting people come in when they want. They're offering extra time, overtime, triple time, you name it. If you want to achieve your goals, now is the time. Stop complaining. Get off your butt. Find someone who's going to hold you accountable if you can't do it yourself. Hire a coach. Hire me. You want to buy a house? You want to get out of debt? You want to make better life choices? Because to be honest, every time I talk to, like I said, I don't just talk about finance and buying houses and getting out of debt. There's other things I talk about. That's like what I love to talk about. But every time I talk to a client, we always end up talking about life stuff because it's our life choices that affect our money choices. You know what I mean? And maybe you have confidence issues or things you haven't dealt with in the past, and it kind of just, you're so bogged down that you end up staying in that job because it's just one less thing to worry about. But that job that you won't leave, that relationship that you won't leave, that thing you keep complaining about isn't getting any better. You need more money? Get a better job. Get a second job. Stop complaining. Do something about it. Do the work. Hire a coach. Hire an accountability buddy. Ask friends and family, but ask people who know you, who love you, and who want the best for you, and then start working. Stop complaining and start working. That's my message today. That is my message today. Like I said, click the link in my bio. I will lovingly kick your butt in order to help get you out of debt, help you buy a house as an independent contractor. You don't even have to be an independent contractor. That's just my, my specialty. But I could certainly, help anyone who's thinking about buying a house and who's just scared about debt and the whole process. I'd certainly be willing to talk to anyone about that. But it's not the only thing I talk about. I'm not just a motivator. Coaches are goal guides, and they're not going to save you. They're going to hold your hand and guide you on your journey to saving yourself. So I ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to work? Are you ready for your life to be better? Are you ready to have better relationships, to make more money? It all is interwoven. But you have to decide you want better. You really do. So I look forward to hearing from you. And I look forward to working with you. And I look forward to anyone I know personally or anyone who wants to reach out to me. I look forward to hearing your stories and sharing my stories with you. So love you guys. Take care. Stop complaining. Figure out what you need to work on. And let's get going. See you guys.